Hey guys, it's Dinohunter here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Monodontidae. Let's go. The Monodontidae is a family that contains two extant meaning living species, the beluga and the narwhal, with at least 4 other species being known from the fossil record. They, together with the oceanic dolphins and porpoises, comprise the Delphinoidea. They are more closely related to porpoises than the oceanic dolphins, making porpoises these animals' closest living relatives. Here are the similarities between belugas and narwhals. Both belugas and narwhals are relatively small whales that have a head melon and a short or absent snout. They have a carnivorous diet, preying on fish, mollusks, and crustaceans. Both are highly vocal, using many different sounds to communicate, and using echolocation, like many other whales. Both lack premaxillary teeth. They don't have a true dorsal fin, but they do have a ridge that runs along their back, which is more pronounced on the narwhal. Both have reduced teeth, with the narwhal only having 2. The gestation period for both is 14 to 15 months, and they almost always give birth to one calf. Families may travel in herds or pods that can contain several hundred members. Now let's first talk about belugas. Beluga whales are Arctic and subarctic cetaceans. They are often referred to as the right whale. This makes sense as no other cetaceans are regularly white in color, making it easy to tell the species apart. Their life expectancy is still source for mystery, as studies use teeth for estimation. Some say rarely more than 30 years, while others say 70 to 80 years. Next is their size. Adult male belugas can get from 3.5 to 5.5 meters, that's 11 to 18 feet, and usually weigh between 1,110 to 1,600 kilograms, that's 2,430 to 3,530 pounds, although they can weigh more. Females get from 3 to 4.1 meters, that's 9.8 to 13.5 feet, and weigh 700 to 1,200 kilograms, that's 1,540 to 2,650 pounds. Both males and females reach their full size by 10 years old, and 40 to 50% of their body weight is fat. Next, their distribution and habitat. They are often found along the coasts of Alaska, northern Canada, western Greenland, and northern Russia. The southernmost part of their range extends to the St. Lawrence River in the Atlantic and the Amur River Delta, and the Shantar Islands. They often spend time in shallow waters near the coasts, but do go out into deeper waters to feed and give birth, usually living in waters of 10 to 18 degrees Celsius. Next, their senses. Belugas have excellent hearing. Hearing sounds from 1.2 to 120 kilohertz. They are able to see inside and outside of the water, but they are relatively poor when compared to dolphins, with their eyes being especially adapted to underwater vision. Areas in the mouth have been found to be receptors for different tastes, allowing them to detect blood in the water. They most likely cannot smell. Next is their head melon. The melon is found in all toothed whales. It helps them with echolocation as it focuses and moderates their vocalizations and acts as a sound lens. However, belugas have a very unique head shape as the melon is very large and bulbous. Belugas also have a very unique melon. It can change shape when it makes sounds, and it can change the shape by blowing air around its sinuses to focus the sounds that it emits. Next is their social structure. Belugas are highly social, swimming in pods from 2 to 25 members, with an average of 10 individuals. They can move from pod to pod, and hundreds or even thousands can come together when pods join in river estuaries in the summertime. They often chase and rub against each other and have been known to show lots of curiosity to humans in the wild, sometimes swimming alongside boats. Next are their threats. One of the main threats to belugas is hunting by humans, with this claiming around 1,000 individuals per year. They are predated upon by killer whales, and by polar bears when they are trapped in the ice. Next is contamination. Belugas are considered an amazing sentinel species, which are animals that are used to detect risks to humans by providing advanced warnings of danger, providing us with knowledge about the contaminants in the environment and their effects. Now let's talk about narwhals. Narwhals can reach 3 to 5.5 meters, that's 9.8 to 18 feet in length, and can weigh 800 to 1,600 kilograms, that's 1,800 to 3,500 pounds. They are most famous for their huge horn, and it is estimated that around 170,000 members exist in the wild. They are listed as least concern on the IUCN Red List, and their main threats are climate change, pollution, and hunting. Their range does overlap with the beluga, and the two can interbreed. Next is the horn. The male narwhal's horn is actually a canine tooth that projects from the left side of the upper jaws. Females don't have this. Both males and females have only a single pair of teeth embedded in their upper jaws, but in males one of these teeth emerges as a tusk at 2 or 3 years old. In females, both these teeth are vestigial, and in males one is vestigial while the other develops into the tusk. If something is vestigial, it means it's in the process of being lost in evolution. For example, you see vestigial hind limbs on many snakes. Basically, it means that it's almost gone, it's in the process of being evolved out, but it's not completely gone yet. The tusk is hollow and continues to grow throughout the animal's life. It can reach 1.5 to 3 meters, that's 4 feet 11 inches to 9 feet 10 inches, and can weigh up to 7.45 kilograms, that's 16.4 pounds. Females do very rarely grow tusks, and when they do, they are a lot smaller than males' tusks. The function of the tusks is a debated subject. Some say it is for fighting, others say for feeding, indicating social status, and other sexual selection. Narwhals have been seen using tusks as to stun cod. It could also be a highly functional sensory organ, detecting changes in water pressure. Next is their distribution. Narwhals can be found in the Atlantic Ocean and Russian areas of the Arctic Ocean. They also migrate seasonally, often returning to areas where they have been before. In summer times, they prefer more shallow, ice-free areas, and they move into deeper waters during winter, under the pack ice. Then their behavior. Narwhals can congregate in groups, usually of 3 to 8 individuals, sometimes up to 20, or 500 to over 1,000 when groups come together in the summer. These groups can sometimes contain only females and young, but it is also common to see adult or juvenile males as part of the group. Males sometimes rub their tusks together. This is known as tusking. Narwhals have some of the deepest recorded dives of any cetacean, with the deepest ever being 2,370 meters. That's 7,780 feet. They often do these dives in winter. And with that, it brings us to the end of this video. So I hope that you guys enjoyed, I hope that you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!